It is Tuesday, June the 2nd. It is time to get in the weeds. I'm Jeremy Lambert. That is SP3. I mean, we start at like 10:05 typically every day. I guess it is a little bit later than 10:05 today. I'm tired. I'm sorry. It's my fault. You can put this one on me, everybody. SP3, how you doing?
I am doing well. Glad to be here on a Tuesday, everyone, with all of you, and to be here with Jeremy talking about some wrestling. I only saw like 10 minutes of yesterday's show, so I don't know what y'all talked about. I know we're talking about Monday Night Raw today. I know I'm not supposed to talk about any NBA
You can
stuff,
talk NBA stuff.
but
I,
yeah.
I talked about it yesterday. They're fun. Spurs in 5, and that's it.
Oh, no, no. What are you talking about?
Spurs in
Go New
4.
York, go New York, go.
Oh, you're
Knicks
going
in 6.
Knicks in 6? Okay.
Well, because if you remember correctly, Jeremy, after the Knicks won the NBA Cup, I said on the show that the Knicks are the best team in the Eastern Conference. And then they proceeded to lose 5 straight. So go New York, go New York, go. Knicks in 6.
All right, fair. Very fair. This is the first year in 4 years. Neither of us will be correct with our prediction, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
bound to happen. It was bound
Yeah.
to, break the streak eventually.
Well, for the next 10 years, I'm picking the Spurs, so I feel pretty
Well,
confident I'll be
yeah, you might be
correct.
back on track.
Yeah.
This next year might be the first year that we pick the same team.
I mean, I'm picking the Spurs again the next 10 years, so that's my plan with everything. Now, I said this yesterday. I'm probably not going to watch the finals. So if you want to talk finals through the rest of the way, you're more than welcome to. I can talk about the games, but I'm probably not going to
This guy
watch.
over here. Now he's not gonna watch at all. Come
Yeah,
on, man. Come on, man.
I
Imagine if I stopped watching every year the Lakers got eliminated. Come on, man.
you can.
Come
It's not that. It's not like getting eliminated. It's losing Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. Like, there's a difference. If we lost on the first round, I'd be like, all right, maybe I take a break in for games in the second round, but then I'm back on track by the conference finals and finals. Like, I watched the finals the year OKC lost to Dallas. I watched those games. They weren't very good, but I mean, I watched when Boston beat Dallas and everything. I explained it yesterday, and I'm not gonna watch the NHL finals either. I don't want to watch
on.
the teams that basically beat my teams, and then I have to hear about how they beat my teams, and I don't have any desire to do that, so I'm not gonna do it. You can call me whatever. I don't care.
This guy over here, just totally rejecting these sports because this team lost. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Ridiculous.
I still love the sport, but I don't have any desire to watch these teams. Like, so I'm not going to.
It's gonna be a great NBA Finals.
It probably will
Can't
be.
wait to see it.
Yeah, it probably will be. I've completely stayed off uh like NBA side of Twitter. I've not seen anything. I assume there's been a lot of slander for OKC. That's fine, but
I mean,
I've
the only bright side that I've seen about the OKC slander is everybody calling out the people that tried to say Shea was better than Kobe. I felt
okay.
I got a little bit of joy out of that. I was like,
All right,
yes,
fair.
everyone's better than Kobe when it's time to be better than, except when it's time to be better than Kobe.
I mean, I don't think Kobe's beating Wemby, so all right, sure.
Well, Kobe's not alive to do that, so.
Oh yeah, so he's definitely not beating Wemby.
Hey, he beat individuals that basically the genes that were put together to create Wemby, so it's all good. He has beaten different parts of Wemby throughout
Yeah,
his career.
sure. Fair. You can
Wemby
call me
will
a
take
sour
every
puss. I don't
record
care.
except for Kobe's of beating the most 50 win teams in the playoffs.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. He
I'm
probably
I'm, I'm calling it right now. I'm
he
calling
might
it
do
right
that
now.
too. Yeah,
I
he's
I
gonna.
I'm literally letting you know that's not going to
Okay.
happen.
All
No
right.
one's ever going to take that record from Kobe.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's the NBA.
Well done.
Yeah. I do feel I was a year late on this. I don't remember what I said last year, but I know this was before the Knicks traded for OG Anunoby. But you may recall SP3. I said when the OG Anunoby rumors were going around, I said the team that trades for Anunoby would go to the finals. I may have said that they would win the championship. I legitimately may have said that. And a year later, the team that traded for Anunoby is in the finals, and the Knicks were 2 wins away last year. So I feel good about that. You know, it took a little while, but a full season with the team, and now that team's in the finals. I think OG Anunoby's great. That was such a good trade for New York. So I don't think they're gonna win.
I mean, I'm just happy that some kid from New York that I watched play with my nephew at Bishop Loughlin High School is in the NBA Finals, Julian Champagnie. And I literally got to reminisce with my nephew over the weekend on True Hill Heat Check, where I was like, I remember the first time I went to his freshman game when Champagnie was like a junior, and I was like, yeah, that big kid, he's gonna be good. Him and his brother. I was like, him and his brother. I was like, I'm coming because I want to see my nephew play basketball, but those kids, I think I'm gonna see them on TV one day. And here I am seeing them watching him play in the NBA finals, and got to see him put on one of the best performances of his career in Game 7. So I'm very proud of Bishop Loughlin's own Julian Champagnie being in the NBA finals. And it's crazy, and I feel old as hell. Not just because I saw all the grays in my beard and my hair today, but I'm seeing somebody that I saw when he was a junior in high school now in the NBA finals.
Yeah, good for him.
All right, let's talk about wrestling.
I finished Atlanta, by the way. It took me like 2 years, but I finished it.
You finally finished it. Okay, so the big question is, what did you think about the goof that sits at the door?
Oh, that was hilarious.
The greatest single. Like I have said this multiple times on different platforms, especially Jimmy Macaram's YouTube channel. When I already watched Atlanta and then I rewatched it with him, and I was like, the goof that sits at the door is one of the greatest pieces of comedy in television history.
Yeah,
because it literally fooled multiple people who think that's the true story behind the Goofy movie.
I knew it wasn't, because I remember you almost warning me. It wasn't even a warning, but I remember you mentioning it to me when I was doing the first time through, when I was gonna go through and watch it. So I knew that wasn't the true story, but had I not known that, I would have definitely been like, is this legit? Like, I would have been Googling this very quickly. I feel like this might be real
because it takes so many real elements. Like I had to tell my missus, because my missus was like, we were watching, shout outs to the fellas once again, of Because We Are podcast. They do the Black Family Feud, and one of the questions was, name an animated character that is not black but we know is black. And I immediately, my first answer was Goofy and Max Goof, and they made the list. And my missus is like, no, the Goofy is a dog. I was like, no, the creator that actually created that's actually true in that episode. The creator who made it, he made it off of black stereotypes. So it is like Goofy is a based on black characteristics. It is a dog, but it's based on black characteristics from that day.
Yeah. It was very, very funny though, that episode. And I love the one part where he basically like is turning into Goofy, and then I forget the dude's name, but he's like, I am Goofy. He does the laugh.
Horrifying. It was
horrifying. That was a very good episode. I like the finale too. I
Yeah.
thought that was good, and I realized it was the finale, but I didn't realize it was the finale because I didn't know how many episodes were in it, and so I just watched the episode, and then it was over, and then I tried to go the next episode, and there wasn't a next episode to go to. I was like, oh, that was the finale. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That was the finale. So I thought that was good. I mean, like the whole series is really great, and the way it is, not chronological, but the way that it does have through stories, but then they have the just like kind of like the Goofy movie episode where it's just like it's kind of like a standalone thing that
Yeah.
it really has nothing to do with the central story. Like I like that stuff of just kind of offbeat, and Donald Glover is just like, I have this idea, but I can't like build an entire, it doesn't make sense in the context of the story. I'm not going to like actually do this documentary. Let me just do this as an episode of Atlanta, and people will like it. And I respect that he did stuff like that throughout. I did like the the Goofy movie one, and they talk about like going to the lake, and the father and son went to the lake and stuff. And then I remembered back to the previous season where they went to the lake, and I was like, oh, was that like a tie-in type thing? So
yeah, there's a bunch of tie-ins. Even the final episode, I realized this like after the fact when I watched it the second time with Jimmy. I watched the final episode, and if you go back to the first episode, it basically telegraphs what's gonna happen in the final episode, because the first scene that we meet Darius, if you remember from the first episode when they're outside and Al gets into the whole argument with the guy and he pulls the gun out on them when they get arrested at the first episode, he was like, look at that dog. I'm having some serious deja vu, meaning that he's living through it all over and over again, which is basically what's happening in the final episode in the deformation tank. And I love the ending that we don't know if he's out of the tank or not.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're waiting for the Judge Judy if she's got a fat ass or not, and they never show it.
Yeah. And Cree Summers being in that's one of my all time favorite goats, because I loved Different World, and I loved all the freaking animated series that Cree Summers has been on. She's been on pretty much every animated series of all time, Susie from Rugrats and all these other ones. So it was nice to see her. Yeah, the final season has a whole bunch of my favorite episodes. Like Crank That Killer is one of the
Crank That Killer
shit.
Was good. Yeah, I don't think we actually talked about that one, but that one was very good. Yeah.
Crank That Killer is great. The one with Al at his new house when he that one was scary though, because I really thought we were gonna lose Al.
Oh yeah,
Al
with
the
die pig
multiple times in that episode.
Yeah, I thought the pig was gonna get his ass. That thing.
It was so many times in that episode. And then the Crank That Killer episode as well, like it just feels like every time. And then that was like basically a callback to the Woods episode. The Woods episode finally accepts that he's gonna be famous, he's gonna be this rap star and everything. Oh man, it's so good. That final season is so good. It made up for a bunch of the people that didn't like season 3. To many of the fans, season 4 kind of made up for that.
I do. I do like the farm episode when he's going to the store or whatever, and he's like, "Yeah, you got some wild hogs." He's like, "Ain't no hog gonna kill me." He's like, "There was a group of wild hogs that killed all these people." And he's like, "I ain't gonna die. There ain't no hog gonna get me." And then that hog, like, God, is that? I think I would just beat it with a pan. I was like, I don't know if that would actually work, but sure.
I love that one. The Tyler Perry episode.
The
chocolate.
The chocolate. Yeah.
It was like, "Were you eating these crack sandwiches? You want this crack sandwich? Let me eat my crack sandwich."
The Tyler Perry stuff. So we watch like Roku channel, and so watching Roku channel, you get a bunch of ads for like other channels that are on the Roku channels and whatnot. And there's like a full ass like Tyler Perry channel. I didn't realize like how much Tyler Perry has like. I'm like, some of this shit seems made up, honestly. It was like Tyler Perry bars. Like Tyler Perry presents with like bars. Like what the fuck is this? I'm not even kidding on this Tyler Perry stuff. I swear some of this was made up on this. Like there's no way some of this stuff was real on here. Like I knew like the Medea stuff.
All I know is I know the Medea stuff. I know the movies, and I know House of Pain. That's all I know.
There's a million like Tyler Perry whatever that's out there. It is like a 24/7 like here's one. Tyler Perry's bruh. What? What?
Bruh.
This is a real show, everybody. Tyler Perry's bruh.
He's like the M Night Shyamalan of black comedy and drama movies and TV shows.
I heard that shit and I'm like, this cannot be real. There's no way this is a real thing.
Bruh.
That they just called the show bruh. Tyler Perry channel on Roku. Everybody, you can watch this. Yeah, old Andrea is saying I see these shows pop up on Roku all the time. It's wild how many shows and movies. Yeah, Roku. You watch any of those channels and you get the ads for it. There's so much shit on these channels. By the way, guys, we're like 17 minutes in. You can leave a thumbs up on the video. That helps us out. You can leave a super chat, leave a comment, all that fun stuff. Subscribe to the channel, tap the bell for notifications, all that fun stuff. All that much helps us out. So we appreciate everybody who is here this morning. We are here every morning from 10 to noon or later Eastern, right here on the channel. Bruh, Tyler Perry's bruh.
Tyler Perry's bruh. So who is your favorite character? I will tell you mine. It's Darius.
Yeah, mine's Darius.
My favorite. He's the best character. He's my favorite character on the show. It's been like that since like season 1, the episode where he took Ern on the trip to exchange everything.
Yeah.
He took him on that trip. Ever since then, and he tells Ern at the end, we're friends now.
Yeah.
that was the moment I was like, okay, this is my favorite character.
Yeah, I think when I was doing my actual rewatch, I think we talked about that episode, and that's when I was like, yeah, Darius is the best character on this show. But yeah, he's fantastic because he's just a dude who's just like high all the time, and he just doesn't care. He just like lives. I love the episode where there's like I don't know if it's the riot at the Target or whatever. He's just like, I just want to exchange.
That's season 4 too.
Yeah. He's like, I just want to my air fryer. And then the lady is chasing him on the mobile scooter.
He's like, stop chasing me, you're not gonna catch me. Like,
he climbs up on like the platform. He's like, you can't get me up here.
She just goes. Yeah. And then at the end, he gives the air fryer to the girl that was Ern's ex. He was like, "Here, I didn't get a gift from my mother." He was like, "Here you go." She was like, "Oh, thank you." And then he's like, "You want to ride?" And she's like, "No, I'll wait for my Uber." And they leave off, and all you hear is,
Yeah, he's hilarious in that episode. Really, any episode, he's hilarious. But that one stuck out to me. I'm watching Off Campus now. Has anybody heard of this show? It is on Amazon Prime. It is just one. It's one season.
I think my missus says she wants to watch that.
Okay, it's just one season so far. I am looking for something like more long term to binge, but it's one season. It's about a hockey player. And it's about like this girl who's like a songwriter as well, and they're in college, and stuff happens. Seems like there's a lot of fucking on this show. I've learned that through episode 1. there's a lot of sex going on, which I mean, I guess college, so sure. Redmond Survivor saying people love that show big time for hockey TV series. Yeah. What's the other one that escapes my mind? Redmond Survivor will probably have it, but about the shoot, what's the name of Heated Rivalry? Thank you.
Yeah.
I
I heard about that one.
Yeah, I heard that one's good too, but I heard Off Campus was good, so I decided to watch that show. I'm only one episode in. I'll see how it goes, and then I am again looking for something more long term to watch. I used to love RuPaul's Drag Race, and then I stopped watching it. But I've watched the first like 5 or 6 seasons, maybe even more than that. But it's been a while since I've actually watched it. The only reality shows we do nowadays are like the trash reality shows. We did finish Perfect Match. I don't know if you finished Perfect Match.
I have 2 episodes left.
Okay, all right.
I haven't really liked this season. I haven't liked the last couple of seasons of Perfect Match, mainly because I know that hardly any of these matches actually stay together, except for AD and her guy from
that's the
UK
hilarious
Love Is
part.
Blind.
But that's the hilarious part of this show. Is like no one's staying together. And they're like, we found true love. It's so great. I was like, no, you didn't.
And especially because one of them is from Love Island, and he did Love Island All Stars after filming this show. So I know he's not going to wind up with the person that he's currently with. So it's just like Yemen. He's
Yemen. Okay.
Yeah, he was on Love Island All Stars earlier this year in January, and I know he's not going to wind up with Natalie. So I'm just like,
that's a big twist. Actually, not to spoil too much, but that's a big twist with them. I don't watch this show expecting these people are gonna stay together or anything. I watch to see like, all right, how quickly can you idiots pretend you're in love to try to win this thing, and then you move on because we know you ain't staying together on this. Yeah. The finale is good. I will say that the finale is good with I'll say who it is. I won't say what happens, but Jimmy has the time at the finale.
Oh well, Jimmy's been the most toxic relationship.
Yes.
Jimmy and Allie's been the most toxic relationship on this show.
Well, it gets worse for old Jimmy there in the finale. So, or better, depending on how you want to look at it.
Depending on how you look at it, how you want to see it. Yeah, I get it.
So. I'm with you. Like the past couple of seasons of Perfect Match, I don't know. It seems like they just need to bring on like more toxic people. But
yeah, they I think they peaked when they had Harry on there.
Yeah,
Harry was like the most toxic person you could possibly put on that show, and that's where the show kind of peaked for me, at least.
So you're 2 episodes left. Have they done like the mixer yet?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Bree. So you've seen like Bree is there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they need to just bring her into one of these because she's a mess. Marissa's kind of a mess too, though.
Oh, Marissa! Once I saw she was on this season, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be so bad for you."
Yeah, she's kind of a mess.
You are scarred. You are scarred, especially after that Love Is Blind experience with Homeboy with the one ponytail.
I don't think you've seen the episode where, because I think it's either the finale or the second to last episode where she is arguing big time with what's his name, the guy she's been matched up with, Damari. Yeah, they're having like a big argument over like the dumbest shit, and it's hilarious to me. I'm just cackling over the argument. I do think the last 2 episodes are kind of like toxic in various ways, so I'm with you with the overall season.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish. I'll finish that, and we can talk about the whole season on Thursday. I'll watch it in the next 2 days.
Okay.
I've been currently watching with the missus The Pit, which is one of the best TV shows out there right now.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that.
Yeah, it's basically like ER on steroids.
I've heard good really things about that. I don't do like hospital shows though. That's fair. That's my only issue. Like I did Scrubs because Scrubs is a comedy, so I can do like hospital comedies. I watched House. The wife loves House. I can take that in doses. I can't like sit down and watch like full episodes of like, or like, binge watch something like that. It's just, I don't know why. I don't know what it is.
The pit though, is like, it's like the bear for hospitals.
I think part of my issue is I spent a lot of time in hospitals with my ex.
Oh, I have
and
too.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I have too much like PTSD of like,
Oh, that's fair.
I
That's
can't
fair.
I can't do it with all of this, because she was in the hospital a lot, and I had to go up there a lot, and I'm just like, I'm over hospitals. I don't want anything to do with hospitals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jose saying he loves it because he loved ER. That's what made my missus want to watch it, especially because the main character is from ER.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Noah Wiley. He's the main character on the show. So me and her both view it as like ER, like just years later, and now he's the lead doctor of his own hospital. That's how we view it. That it's the same character.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna watch that one. People throw out some suggestions that I can like binge, preferably shows that are like ended, that I can like go all the way through. I've watched the majority of like peak television shows. Like I've last year I did my Breaking Bad rewatch. I watched Better Call Saul.
I still gotta watch that. I've currently started a rewatch of The Wire, but I'll do Breaking Bad after.
I've seen The Wire multiple times. I even thought about like rewatching that. I've seen Sopranos. I thought about even rewatching that. Those were kind of
I've started a rewatch I think a year and a half ago or 2 years ago of The Sopranos, but I never finished. But so I might go back to that. For sure.
I've seen Mad Men. I've seen the Game of Thrones.
Never been interested in that.
Mad Men
or Game
of Thrones. Yeah, Game of Thrones is not my style.
Yeah,
but
it's not for me.
Yeah, my ex really liked it, and so I just like I watched it, and I'm the person who like loves the final season because it's so disjointed and messy and chaos filled, and I'm like, yeah, this shit rules.
He's like, this is my shit.
Yeah, but like the first like 7 seasons, it's just like it's so slow moving to me, and it's so like boring to me. I'm like, this stuff, like this sucks. Like this is terrible to me. I'm not a fan of Game of Thrones. I like Mad Men. It's very slow moving though. Like you really gotta like that kind of stuff to enjoy it. Because I could see like if you just give up on Mad Men like the first season and be like, there's just like nothing happening on this show, but it's really good. It's just you gotta deal with the slow pace of it. Rectify. I've heard of Rectify.
From is excellent. From is amazing.
What is From about?
Mainly From is about this town that is basically like a wormhole where people get stuck in the town, and there's like basically zombies that come out at night and just eat the people alive. Yeah, it's very silly, but it's amazing to watch. And mainly I watched it, I was into it when my missus wanted us to like start watching it, because the main character is the guy who was the main character in the wheelchair from Oz. And Oz is one of my like old school show. That was one of like the first rated R like graphic shows that I watched when I was a kid on HBO.
Oz is a show that I watched like the first season of and then never returned to it. Oz is kind of like top of my list of I'm never gonna go back and watch Oz. I remember too much stuff where I'm just like, yeah, I don't know if I want to watch that again. Oh, really? Okay.
It's one of those that I would say you watch it one time through.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever want to watch it multiple times through, but I think that the show, to me, Well, I'm not gonna spoil it for you since you've only watched the first season. But yeah, I think the show does have its moment where it peaks.
Okay. Yeah. I watched like the first season, and that's all. And I have no memory of it
I
either.
wanted to I wanted to try something new because I've watched this show multiple times. We've talked about this before, but Entourage, I
Yeah.
want to rewatch Entourage, but stop at season 6 and see if it's better because of that.
Right. I could
That's my
see.
plan.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I've been saying for years that show, if it ended at season 6, it would still be remembered as one of the greatest shows of all time. But season 7 and then season 8 just dragged that shit down. First 6 seasons of Entourage are amazing. It's just amazing television. It's funny. It just works. And I've been seeing a whole bunch of new like Entourage content on my timeline, whether it be Twitter or YouTube or Instagram. And yeah, I've been seeing like Jerry Ferreira has this podcast and he's been talking about it more. And it's yeah, exactly that too, Valab. It's actually more relevant to me now that Ari Emanuel is so entrenched into pro
Yeah.
wrestling, seeing him as like a fictional version of him played by Jeremy Piven is great to rewatch and go back to too. So yeah, I have watched the Wu-Tang American Saga. It's fine. It's not anything that I would be like, you should go out your way to watch it. Season 1 is great. I just think that the seasons after that, not so much. And Nemesis is great. Nemesis has some bad acting as first, but it gets better.
What?
The story is the thing that carries it. It's a new
What?
series on
Okay.
Netflix by the creator of Power.
So I saw like an ad for Power, and I know you've talked about Power, and I kind of want to get into it because it seems like kind of up my alley as far as like
I think
what it's
you would like it.
about and stuff. But I'm also like scared because it's like 20 different seasons and then 18 spin-offs, and I'm like, where do I
Well,
like begin with all this?
just watch the original Power series.
Okay.
Just watch the original Power series, and then after you watch the original Power series, I'll let you know what you should watch. If you buy the things you like out of that series, I can tell you what series of the spinoffs to watch, because there is probably one spinoff where I'm just gonna be like, don't even waste your time. If you don't like the main character, you're probably not gonna get into it.
Is it only on Stars? I don't know. Like that might be why that might
I
be
know
one
it was
service I don't have.
I know it was on Netflix for a while,
Okay.
but
If I can find it on
I'm not sure.
Netflix. All right.
I'm not sure anymore.
I'm gonna get through Off Campus first, which shouldn't take me. I think the first season's only like 10 episodes or something, and so I'll be able to get through that within 10 days. I usually watch like an episode a night, sometimes 2 episodes if I'm not super sleepy. But yeah, then maybe I'll get into Power.
I just finished Euphoria as well, which
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm not. I have my feelings on that. I'll express it when
I
I do
know. I
my
mean, people say like
review
the
of the
first
show.
two. I know people say like the first 2 seasons are like really good, but this season is just like all over the place.
It's just all over his place. It's trying to be too many things at once. That's been the main issue with season 3 of Euphoria. I think that the finale was satisfying, but it was just trying to do way too many things at once. It got too ridiculous.
Was it the series finale or just the season?
Yeah, it was a series finale.
Oh, okay.
I've watched in the last what 6 months. I've watched the series finale of Stranger Things, The Boys, and now Euphoria.
Okay. The only thing I see of that show is like Sydney Sweeney's tits are all over my timeline after like episodes.
Yep. This is the type of show that I'm watching in another room, and I have to turn it down so my missus doesn't ask, "Are you watching porn?"
That's how I feel. I was worried because the wife was sleeping last night, but she could like hear that I was watching something, and she's like, "What are you watching?" I was like, "Oh, it's a show called Off Campus." Like all I know is that it's about like college and like hockey, and this girl is like trying to be like a pop songwriter or something like that. That's all I know about it. And she's like, oh, okay, sure. And she's like half asleep at this point. And then like 15 minutes in, they're fucking, and I was like, oh god, like, I hope the wife doesn't like wake up and think that I've put something else on, and like, why are you watching like this porn or whatever? And I was like, oh, it's still the show that's going on. I'm not, watching any of that stuff. But apparently there's a lot of fucking in this show, so she's gonna wake up one night and be like, why are you watching? I don't know. There's sex in this show. What do you want me to do about it?
There's a lot of sex in this show, damn it.
My wife is asking, is it porn pretending to be a story? No, it's not like, no, it's not full on like porn, because that's what Euphoria at least felt like, at least the Sydney Sweeney arc.
There's a story, it's just the writing gets worse as it goes along.
Okay.
Like the first season is the best season for Euphoria, because that's when the writing and the acting were on par. The acting carries it in the second season, and then it's kind of disjointed from the acting and writing perspective in season 3.
Okay. All right. Oh, I don't know if I'll ever watch it, but I heard that it is good for the first 2 seasons, and then this season was kind of a mess.
Yeah, it was. It was a mess.
Yeah, well,
The Boys is good to watch if you want to binge something that's
what is good.
Now. The Boys.
See, I watched the first 2 seasons of that, and it was good.
You got to watch season 3. Season 3 is in my opinion, it's either one or 2 as far as the top 2 seasons of the series.
Okay. All right. I watched the first 2 seasons. That is one that like I kind of wanted to maybe go back and watch, but I never did, obviously. I want to watch Righteous Gemstones.
I heard good things about that.
Yeah, I watched the first season of that, maybe even like the first season and a half before checking out on it. There's so much stuff that like I was watching with the ex, and then once we split, I just like stopped watching, and because it was not a good time in my life. And so no, it wasn't even that I was like single. It was just like I don't feel like watching these shows. And so it's not even a knock on these shows. Like The Boys is something I probably would have never watched if it wasn't for her. Righteous Gemstones I would have, because I like a lot of people in it. So I probably would have watched that, but I just like checked out on a lot of this stuff once we split, and never got back into it. But yeah, Righteous Gemstones is one that I did want to like kind of go back and watch at some point. I'm sure I will. And I'm trying to get back into binging stuff now that it's summer and I have a little bit more time to do these things.
Nice.
This is so much better than talking about Raw. Is that what we got to do now?
Well, I can talk a little bit about the weekend, okay. Since Joel usually does that. Tomorrow he'll talk about Monday Night Raw. Like you do want to talk about that more than once. The weekend had some really good wrestling. Until Sunday. Saturday you had Collision was a good episode. I talked about that on the post show. The Takeshita and Garcia matchup was great close to the show. Those two guys mixing it up. Nice to see Takeshita kind of being used as a main star on AEW programming. Love to see that. And we got more women's wrestling. I thought Hazuki was great against Maya World, and Maya World showed out in that matchup. Used that as a great showcase for her as well. So yeah, Collision was good, but yeah, everybody's talking about it. I can wax lyrically about this the whole episode, but that El Grande Americano versus the original El Grande Americano, Mass versus Mass, is a top 3 match of the year candidate. It's one of the best Mass versus Mass matches in the history. Presentation wise, that is like a peak pro wrestling moment, from video package, entrance, the actual match, the post match, the storytelling, the bombastic whole nature of that, with the run-ins and smoke and mirrors, and how they kind of tied up all the different elements of the storyline and how they paid it off so well. Just amazing from beginning to end. Chad Gable should be an absolute superstar. He should be pushed to the main event, pushed to the moon after that performance. I know it's never going to happen, but he should. He just should. And El Grande Americano, Ludwig Kaiser. It's amazing to me that they took something that was just a comedy mid-card take on modern politics and supposed to be this big joke based on like Donald Trump, and they made this into a genuine money drawing program in Mexico. I think that it's the biggest and best happy accident in WWE history since Bryan Danielson's Yes Movement. Bryan Danielson's Yes Movement was never supposed to happen and never supposed to be paid off the way that they did it at WrestleMania 30. It took Punk leaving the company, things falling into place, and Bryan being undeniable for that to happen. This doesn't happen. The El Grande Americano story and it being paid off in AAA doesn't happen if Chad Gable doesn't get injured in the summer of 2025. Like that's amazing to kind of think back of that's what happened. And man, I have just been clowning each and every one of y'all that thought it was a good idea to do this matchup at WrestleMania. It would have never been as good if it would have happened at WrestleMania. It needed to happen in Mexico. It needed to happen in AAA, and they paid it off. Immaculate presentation, immaculate performance by both guys. It's a match of the year candidate, a bona fide instant classic, to the point that WWE had to acknowledge that it was that much of an instant classic in that special that they played it on the encore presentation after Monday Night Raw yesterday. So that's a big stamp of approval, and them knowing and realizing how special this night was and how much magic Ludwig Kaiser and Chad Gable were able to achieve with something that was getting no reaction and kind of diminished a little bit, where there's an argument against it as feud of the year, but it's still probably the best feud of 2026 right now. But the argument against it is the fact that when it's on WWE television, it's not presented the same, and they don't know how to do that story. That's the only argument really against it. But other than that, feud of the year, a match of the year candidate. Hats off to Ludwig Kaiser. Hats off to Chad Gable. Hats off to AAA. Hats off to Jeremy Borash. And even hats off to The Undertaker for what they were able to accomplish on Saturday night. And then there was WWE Clash in Italy, which made me utterly disappointed and depressed on pro wrestling in the state of WWE.
Well, we won't get into Clash of Italy, but it does tie into Raw. I'm so I don't want to use the word disenfranchised because I feel like a lot of people are just using the term. I'm not disenfranchised with WWE or anything. I'm just bored by the product. Like, there's nothing that I can point to on Raw yesterday. I was like, oh, that's exciting and interesting to me. Like, I love Roman. The Bloodline stuff pops me because I think it's hilarious that Roman's like, I'm working with my family and my family only. That's just funny to me. But if like it didn't pop me for like the wrong reasons, I would just have no interest in any of this stuff. There's nothing on these shows where I'm like, oh, that's interesting, that's fun, that's different, that's exciting. It's just like stuff happening. It just feels like it's content filler. It's like, oh, we got to do a 2.5 hour show. All right, what can we do? I know it's not like booked by AI. I mean, maybe it is. But it feels very of like, how do you fill a 2.5 hour wrestling show? And then ChatGPT just fills in the show. And they're like, all right, let's go run this show out there. That's what it feels like to me. Like, there's just nothing interesting going on. And I said this yesterday, and I tweeted it yesterday. I said it on the show yesterday, but I tweeted it after the show. Everything just feels safe right now. Like, everything is just Oh, we have Seth, we have Roman, we have Cody, we have Brock. Let's just go. Let's just go with them, and it'll be fine. We don't need to worry about anybody else. We have these guys. We'll just keep going with the norm on there, and even to a lesser extent, Rhea and Liv, which they're not as as established as the four guys that I mentioned, but in the women's division, they're fairly established. And I mean, look, they don't have anything for Liv to the point that they're just putting her in Queen of the Ring. And Rhea is all right. She's feuding with Jade. Maybe she can go into a feud with Charlotte. It's just boring to me. I don't know. What is your thoughts on like the state of WWE coming out of Clash and Raw?
WWE has completely like lost the plot on what they were doing. Like the all the optimism and like thoughts of okay, there's some good signs for the future that you had coming out of WrestleMania Night 2 in record time. They have basically tempered that down just a bit. I don't think that the loss to Brock Lesnar at Clash in Italy is going to hurt Obafemi all that much, and he got a huge reaction on Monday Night Raw last night, and a awesome entrance that he made. Honestly, I thought that freaking the Monday Night Raw was better than Clash in Italy. I'll be honest. I think that was a good show. Clash in Italy, it was fine, but we had the expectations of this being like a great show because we know how the European crowds always get up, and the European crowd on Sunday was amazing. They were the best part of the show. But when they are up here and then what you offer creatively is down here, you just have a disjointed show. So what's something that's fine on paper and fine in execution, it comes off as disappointing because of the level of matches that were on the card and the level of like how it just didn't. There was nothing great on the on that card on Sunday. Cody Rhodes and Gunther are two of the best performers in WWE. They went out there and had a TV match that wouldn't look out of place on an episode of SmackDown with one of the worst finishes to a WWE title matchup in recent memory. And the fact of the matter is Cody Rhodes has now gone 6 months with one victory without any type of distraction, interference, or screwy finish. One. And what was the one? When he beat his friend that got called up to the main roster. That's the only victory in 6 months in singles competition that this man has. That's not any type of controversy or distractions or interference. It just shows a lack of effort. Like Cody Rhodes and what he's doing. Yes, he gets big reactions every time he comes up. I'm not saying that Cody's not over anymore. Oh, no one cares about Cody. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying all of his booking is fucking uninspiring. That's what his booking has become. It's been uninspired as fuck. And Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill was the only thing on the show that was very good. And that wasn't even great because it has a big botch by B-Fab in it. And then
they gotta teach foot on the rope classes at the PC because B-Fab, even Heyman.
3 foot on the rope spots in 2 matches, and then you do the 4th one last night's Monday Night Raw.
It was terrible that they did. And they did the Gunther one, and then they did 2 in the women's title match, and then they did Heyman last night. And at least two of them were screwed up. And, I mean, the Gunther one, I don't know if it was screwed up, if we're supposed to get on the ropes, and then Cody was supposed to pull. No idea. At least Charlotte knew how to put a foot on the ropes, so credit to Charlotte. Hashtag bow down.
And Bronk and Oba, I honestly feel like the matchup itself, if you just look at it in a vacuum, regardless of the finish, it's actually the better matchup between the Mania match and this one. This was very well executed. It got the biggest reaction of anything else on the card, and Brock had his working shoes on for all of the 6 minutes that he was out there. But when you have that finish, it's just like I knew this was going to happen, and yet I'm still disappointed that it did. That's how I felt coming out of that matchup. Soul and Becky, right finish, right result in that one, but a matchup that kind of never going to watch again. And then Roman and Jacob, where they had an excellent matchup at Backlash, and then they just did a Jeff Jarrett Sting in TNA special of walking brawl, walking into the crowd, brawling, all around ringside brawling. Nothing very exciting really happening during the matchup. Spear through the barricade, spear through a table, spear after you just built Jacob Fatu up, where he completely destroyed Roman Reigns and the Usos in one fell swoop coming out of Backlash. It just took a couple of spears through tables and barricades for him to lose against Roman. And so he came out of Backlash feeling like, yo, this dude's going to be a future WWE champion. And then you came out of this one with, oh, this dude's been neutered and domesticated, because that's what the commentary told us. So it's just like, oh, and then the cherry on top, just to make you feel like, yeah, this company has no hope whatsoever. The fucking Solo Sikoa and the Tongans in the crowd.
That was hilarious.
In the crowd watching this all go on, and you're just like, and he's like, oh, I got him next. Like, what?
Yes.
Who wants to see this? Who wants this at all?
Me, I want this because it's hilarious to me.
This is Bret Hart and Hall and Nash combining together and teaming up with Jeff Jarrett to make the NWO 2000. This is just really, really bad. And then you kick off yesterday's Monday Night Raw, and y'all know me. I was shooting in the Roman Reigns gym longer than a bunch of y'all. Bunch of y'all that's Roman fans now, y'all are Roman fans because of the tribal chief. I was shooting in the big dog era. I was getting booed out the building in Florida after the big dog was supposed to retire The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33. I had people telling me I need to get out because I was wearing a Roman Reigns vest on. I was shooting in the gym much longer than all of y'all, but I'm just like, this is not good. This is already boring. He came back with the bloodline, but it's no new ideas. It's no new take on the bloodline. Like I said, the biggest misstep that he took is that on that Raw after WrestleMania, he should have just went with what we said on there, or what we did in the Weeds after the Raw after WrestleMania. We was like, we thought that, oh, the Usos were going to turn on him and align with Jacob. They should have went that way. Like, this would be much more interesting if that was the fact, but it's not. He's just doing the bloodline again, and it's boring.
That would require them, again, to take a risk on this, and they ain't taking no risk. They're just like, we got Roman. Let him do stuff with the Usos. Jacob's there now, and feud with Solo and his dumb group that no one could possibly care about. I mean, Solo took the L last night too, so it's not even like you're trying to build up Solo to this. I don't know. Maybe they are gonna do Roman and Solo. I hope they do, because it's just funny to me. Otherwise, there's no real reason.
2 years ago, Jeremy, 2 years ago, Jacob Fatu came into this company, and I said immediately, I was like, this guy's going to be WWE champion. He needs to be. I was like, you're going to put the title on John Cena? He needs to be the man who beats John Cena for the WWE championship. I said that long ago. I said he should be the guy who beats John Cena on the Raw after WrestleMania and becomes WWE champion. And here we are 2 years later, and they have completely neutered freaking Jacob Fatu. Well, he's no longer the Samoan werewolf. He's no longer this kind of enigma in amongst the WWE fans, where there is any shade of the Jacob Fatu that we all grew to love when we saw him outside of WWE and MLW on the independent scene. He's just a member of the bloodline now.
Well, don't worry, SP3. Jacob Fatu will headline this upcoming WrestleMania with Bron Breakker and Obafemi, and things will be completely fine. I actually do have a poll question for today that is not tongue-in-cheek, believe it or not. Not tongue-in-cheek on this. So
sure.
The poll question is, what was that?
I'm sure.
Oh, it's not. It's truthfully not. It's truthfully not. The poll question is, who would you invest in? This is you personally. This isn't who you think WWE is going to invest in, because the answer is Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes. So we have Obafemi.
They only invest in people who have been main eventers since the Obama administration, Jeremy.
I know. So this is you personally.
We've gone through 2 Trump administrations since they put someone new in this main event picture.
Oh, there's the poll question. Start show. Okay, there we go. Who would you invest in? Obafemi, Jacob Fatu, Braun Breaker, Trick Williams. I only have 4 options, so those are your 4 that you get over here. Volub saying, yum, Jeremy Slop sequels to Slop. Dude, Jeremy, yeah, I love this shit. It's hilarious to me. You guys need to, get on board. Just accept that it's terrible, and you gotta just enjoy it. Are you enjoying this show? It's all part of the show. Folks.
I freaking had people. Oh my god, there's silly people. There's really WWE fans who just be, oh, thank God you don't have the pen. Oh, I think they're. Dude, I had someone who argued with me yesterday. This is gonna become an ongoing segment of people arguing with SP3 on Twitter. But yeah, I had somebody, because I was just like, I retweeted your post and I was like, yeah, WWE just feels like unmotivated right now to like really pull the trigger on strapping the rocket to anyone. I was like, the closest they got was Obafemi at WrestleMania, and it took them just over a month before they diminished that. It's quite impressive. And then I had someone be like, oh, I agree, but hopefully, in the months leading up to SummerSlam. And I was like, yeah, I hope for that too. But I was like, it's not, the last 24 hours has not been encouraging. And then I had someone dumb who was just like, well, So Ruka is the women's Intercontinental Champion and Trick Williams is the U.S. champion. What are you talking about? And I was just like, yeah, Trick Williams, who beat perennial loser Sami Zayn, and So Ruka, who beat Becky Lynch, yes, the greatest women's wrestler of all time, but also lost to Maxine Dupree before this. What are you talking about? And then they proceeded to say, well, I think that WWE, they got a couple of young stars. They're skyrocketing. I was like, you have a totally different definition of skyrocketing than I do.
Remember when Braun Breaker was going to win the title at WrestleMania, and it's gonna be this great moment. We ain't letting them. We ain't letting that. Go.
We saying off both of our foots are on every single throat. Who told me that? Oh, you're so impatient. You're so impatient. They're gonna push him to the moon, and then he lost. He lost in a great matchup. Don't get me wrong. Seth Rollins' Braun Breaker match was better than any match on Clash in Italy, but it's just Braun Breaker losing again after he had a ton of help. He had Austin Theory interfere and hit Seth with the title belt. And Seth was able to survive that and just kick out of a spear afterwards. Then he had help from Paul Heyman putting his foot on the ropes, but his dumb self gonna spear Paul Heyman through the barricade and then spear Seth, even though Seth is holding the world tag team title in his hand, and it only affects Braun. It doesn't affect Seth, who got speared still.
And Braun, I said this yesterday. The Seth match, whatever, he lost. I expected him to lose, or at least a DQ. I didn't think he was going to beat Seth twice, because God forbid they do anything like that. Mm-hmm. The thing that hurt Braun way worse was sitting next to Austin Theory at Clash in Italy with the tag team titles, looking like a giant dork of like, hey, look at this title that I didn't actually win. I got this title because Logan Paul got hurt, and now I got to hang out with this dude who has no aura, none, no star power, nothing. And Braun just looks like a complete geek next to him. I'm sorry, Braun. But yeah, this is why, like, I saw the report. I think it was Ibu. Was like, oh, they're planning Obafemi and Roman Reigns for WrestleMania. I'm like, sure. I'm sure they think this is a great idea in June of 2026. Let's see where they're at in April of 2027.
This is what I said. I was like, yeah. Once Brock came back, it was just like, well, I guess they're not doing Oba versus Roman at SummerSlam. So I've had a couple of weeks. I had like two weeks or so to basically come to that realization and accept that that's not going to happen. So I was like, okay, the next time they can do it is at WrestleMania. But that is under the belief that WWE can keep Obafemi that hot. And there are people going to be online that are going to be like, oh my God, he lost to Brock Lesnar and he's even more over today because of the entrance that he had yesterday. And I was just like, were y'all deaf on Sunday? Like, he was just as over on Sunday that he was on Monday. What are y'all talking about? There are people that have been totally mind fucked by WWE. They are totally mind fucked by WWE, and they just believe and just trust in WWE that everything's going to be okay. No matter how many times WWE lets them down, no matter how many times WWE doesn't go all the way with one of these young stars, they always think, oh, it's just going to be fine. It's going to be fine. They know what they're doing. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just so negative.
I got no faith that they're pulling the trigger on any of this stuff. Yeah, Oba got a big reaction last night. Still, he's gonna continue to get big reactions. He's got a star presence about him, and he's got the entrance, which is half the battle in WWE is the entrance. But how long are we gonna have to wait on this stuff? Like, just I don't know, because it looked like, hey, you do this at SummerSlam. You have Oba win King of the Ring. You put the title on him at SummerSlam. And he beats Roman. That's probably not going to happen. It looks like they're going to do Roman and Seth at SummerSlam. That's my prediction at this point. So.
Oh yeah, I said this on Rated Raw Review 2 weeks ago when Brock Lesnar, when me and Top Guy JJ were talking about the Brock Lesnar return. I was like, who are they going to have against Roman now? Seth. I said it like I was tasting something bad. I was like, Seth? Yeah. I was like, they gonna give us those reheated nachos that they couldn't give us at WrestleMania this year? That was the plan for WrestleMania a year ago. I mean, the plan for SummerSlam probably like a year ago. WrestleMania like a year ago. They couldn't get it done at this year's WrestleMania because Seth got injured, and then they pivoted over to Roman versus Punk. So now they're gonna give it to us at SummerSlam.
And for the they want to do Oba and Roman at WrestleMania. All right, so when are they doing Cody and Roman? Because they're teasing that, and you know they ain't doing that on some random show. Like, that's a WrestleMania match right there. So, again, I'm sure they want to do Roman and Oba. This sounds great on paper, and they want to put that out there. Like, don't worry, guys. We're going to do Roman and Oba. It's all good. Okay. Let me know what you're doing at Night of Champions, because I don't think y'all know that far ahead, much less all the way to WrestleMania of next year. I'm sorry. They don't know what they're doing week to week.
And Evil did specify that the Oba versus Roman is if The Rock is not booked, if The Rock doesn't want to wrestle at WrestleMania 43.
Yeah, look, I think obviously if The Rock's there, you're going with The Rock and doing that match. I think if The Rock's not there, it feels like Cody and Roman is the match, though. Because now they're setting that up, where we know they wanted to seemingly do that this past year, but because they tried to tease it at Survivor Series. Cody was like, that doesn't work for me, brother. And Roman was like, all right, you take this night one bullshit, and I'll work with Punk and have the best match of the year.
And just take your chain, bro. Like, yo, and you know who's really pissing me off right now? It is Cody. That whole response to Roman calling him out, QB1, that noise. He clowned this dude. He already took his chain at WrestleMania. Then he's just freaking stomping on his grave at the end of Clash in Italy because you had the curtain jerk, and I'm out here main eventing, and even though I had a lackluster, disappointing matchup with Jacob, it was better received than your damn match. So he's just He's not only outclassing him politically, he's outclassing him performance-wise when they're on the same show. And then Cody's response is, I think it's a matter of he could say whatever he wants to say, and I could say whatever I want to say because, neither one of us have 2 wins against each other. I'm talking about kayfabe. He beat me once, and then I beat his ass once. Yeah, me, yeah. Oh, yeah. So if you ever want to do this, we can do that. And I'm just like, dude, you could have done this at WrestleMania. Your ass turned down the matchup because you didn't want to lose, because you don't want the realization that you are the ultimate warrior of this era. You were supposed to be number 1, but Hulk Hogan's still around.
Cody Roman 3 at Crown Jewel. I guess if they're both the champions, that's the match. I don't think they're both going to be the champions, though. I think that Cody probably loses for 2 weeks so Roman can beat somebody at Crown Jewel, and then Cody can just win the title back after that. Cody's going to lose it to Orton for 2 weeks, and then Roman can just beat Orton at Crown Jewel, and then Cody will beat Orton 2 weeks after that, and then he'll just get the title back. So that'll be that. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that's a WrestleMania match. You ain't doing that match if it's not a WrestleMania.
Crown Jewel.
Yeah, you can't do that at Crown Jewel. What is Cody supposed to say? Fuck off. I got the real world title. You had this fake title that they had to create.
I got the WWE championship. You have the title that you clowned and says was the consolation prize title. That's what he should say. He should not be talking about kayfabe. And I beat him once, and then Cody don't sound human. He sounds like an auto-generated politician. It's ridiculous. He sounds like an AI version of a politician at this point. He doesn't sound genuine whatsoever. This is the same thing that he got accused of at the tail end of his AEW run, and he's just repeating the same thing.
I mean, Cody should just be like, he always does the making the town stuff. Is like, oh, you say you're not working, or you're working full time, but then you're not making the towns. Who are you working with? You're always working with your family out there. Why don't you face some new competition and actually step up and fight someone new? Say something besides it's 1-1. Easy to find, hard to beat, dude, which is now he's trying to get over.
I was literally going to bring that up. That's why I did this, because I was just like, that shit is the new. Isn't it great to be alive on a Monday night or what? It irritates me. It irritates me beyond belief, that line that he keeps trying to get over, and it's like, it's not over. It's no one is thinking that. No one's gonna be chanting that. Stop.
Easy to find, hard to beat. Hilarious phrase. Roman's got better material against Cody, because I think Roman has better material than everybody, because Roman has just the confidence that no one else in the company has. And no one else in the company has it, because they haven't done the things that Roman has done. So, when Roman is walking to the back talking that shit and everything, that man's untouchable on the mic. When he's doing that, I'm like, yeah, you ain't fucking with this dude on the microphone there. Cody ain't got as much to say as Roman does, but it's still a weak argument. It's 1-1. All right, we'll do the third match then. What's the holdup here?
What are you talking about? Yeah, just do the third match. And you walked away. You walked away like you were scared of him after a clash. Roman didn't walk away. Roman stepped right up to you, and you just looked at him like.
Roman's hilarious.
Okay, boss.
Roman's hilarious because, I don't know how much is kayfabe and how much is real, but Roman punks him out on the public interviews too, talking about Street Fighters. I heard they got to get a separate trailer. He's avoiding me and all this stuff. And Cody's Oh, I don't know about that. I think we just had different schedules, and it didn't really come together like that. I think he's kind of speaking a little out of turn here. Roman's like, nah, they had to keep this dude away from me. They know I would have socked his ass in the mouth if they put him near me.
Yo, he be big bro in this too.
Yeah, he really does. He really does. It rules.
Like, you fucking dork.
Roman does not care at all about this, man. It rules. And Roman big brothers the shit out of him. He's like, hey, run back to your little play company over here. I was carrying this company when you were gone. I'm going to keep carrying this company. I ain't worried about you. You come in here. Oh, you're QB1 and everything. You're QB1 because I decided to take a year off. I went to go play baseball for a year, like Jordan. I'm back now. Who's the starter now? Get out of here. Go back. Go fetch water. Bring Bama water over here.
It really is Triple H like reinventing his career by him having his own Triple H that he's trying to put, like Vince tried to put him over Austin and Rock, even though Austin and Rock were the clear bigger stars than him. And it's just like he's just doing it again with Cody. And it's just obvious that Roman and Punk are bigger stars than him.
Yeah. Poor Cody. I mean, not really. Poor Cody.
I don't feel bad.
I don't feel bad for him.
I don't feel bad whatsoever because he is doing exactly what Triple H and Rock were doing before that everybody called them out for, where he wants to play the good guy, the good Samaritan, when he's in the public eye, but he's just as big of a politician as everybody else.
Yeah. This is still my favorite thing ever when Roman hits that crossroads.
That move doesn't beat anybody. That's one of the greatest moments. That move sucks. That's one of the greatest moments in WrestleMania history for me. And I don't think Roman peaked at the trash talking in the matchup with that line.
Yeah. I turned the match off after that. I'm like, this match is over. Nothing else happens after this match. I have no idea how that match ends still to this day because that's the ending of the match to me. I recreated that. I did that on one of the kids. I hit the kid with the crossroads and then I pinned and then they kicked out. I was just like, that move sucks. Doesn't beat anybody. It's so funny. Roman's the best. He should get all the title. If I could give him Cody's title, who cares?
Make him undisputed champion again.
Yeah. Why not? Give them both titles again. They need an undisputed title out here. He holds that shit for 4 years, and then Triple H has to create another new title. And like, here you go, Cody. You can have this one, I guess. Until Roman decides he wants this one too. I don't know what else happened on Raw. Who could possibly care about this shit?
Who could possibly care after this conversation? Oba looked great. Got the win in the King of the Ring first round. Really fun matchup as well. The crowd was into everything. I thought Carmelo Hayes and Penta looked good as well, but they were just here to lose to Oba. Oba gets the win, and then he also calls out Brock Lesnar after the matchup, where his math is actually correct, unlike Brock, who said 1 + 1 = you're done. I was like, oh, Minnesota's school curriculum.
I think Brock just wanted to rhyme one with something, and he's like 1 done. All right, we're good. That rhymes. It's all good.
1 + 1 = you're done.
Brock couldn't use the word gun. He's like 1 + 1. I'm gonna get my gun. He's like, oh, wait a second, that might get me in trouble. Let me just say done.
Dun 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 dun. But Oba looked great last night, and gets the win, and then calls out Brock after the matchup. Is there any shot that Oba's winning this tournament?
No, because I think Brock's gonna cost them, and that's how they set up a third match.
But I think he loses by like count out.
I don't think he gets pinned.
I don't think they should put him in the finals if he's not winning.
I think he loses to Dom next round. I think Dom wins his match, and then Brock attacks, and Yeah, he
At
loses
least make it
to.
Braun. At least Braun. Braun makes sense. Braun Breaker makes sense, but
I don't think they want to
Dom?
do. I don't think they want to do Braun and Oba. Like even if it's a non-finish, like that feels like one of those things where it's, oh, we're saving this for something bigger. We're not just gonna give this away on Raw with a non-finish. Dom makes sense in Dom will heal it up with that and be like, oh, see, I beat Oba Femi. And then Oba can come back after King of the Ring and squash Dom, and that be that. Like, you're not going to come back and, like, squash Braun in that manner. So I think he'll get the win back on Dom later on. Maybe I'm giving way too much credit here to WWE booking. But I think that's how it plays out. Dom is someone who can do something with that win. And then Dom loses to Seth in the finals.
I can see that. That sucks. I would have just had. I was kind of surprised when he won the 4-way because I was like, this is easy to lose without losing here.
Yeah.
But they had. I understand they were on the thinking, and probably correctly so, in wanting to get him some momentum back after the loss to Brock. So that made sense for them to do it there, but. I don't know. I think it would probably be better if he lost in a 4-way than losing in any way in a singles matchup again after he just lost to Brock. But
I think Brock attacks him and you do another F5 through a table. Maybe they just brawl to the back. I don't know. And then that's how it becomes like a count out is because they fight to the back. And it's like, oh, where did, Dom like distracts the referee and Brock and him fight to the back. And Dom's like, he's gone, start counting. And then they count. And then, and that's how Dom wins.
Yeah, I can see that. That man, I lost to Dom. I don't care if it's my count out. I lost to Dom though. That is wild to me. That is okay. That's not wild to anybody. Trick Williams. How about Trick Williams?
Well, I'm fine with that. I just don't think like Trick is. I love Trick. Actually, believe it or not, of this poll question, my answer is kind of Trick. I love Oba Femi, but I think there is something like uniquely special about Trick. I just don't think they're gonna give him like a count out win like that. Like that's a heel thing to do. Trick's babyface at this point. Mm-hmm. So, and if you're not going to beat him clean, which I don't think they are, then Dom makes the most sense of who you would do this against. Like, Dom can run with this the most. I don't think it makes sense for Braun to get it. Sort of. But then you're setting another Braun and Seth match, and then you're just going to have Seth beat Braun again? Like,
it's like, the end of the trilogy.
I guess.
The end of the trilogy.
I guess. Would you rather... Okay. Here's your two scenarios, SP3. Would you rather a count-out loss to Dom in the semifinals or a clean loss to Seth Rollins in the finals?
I mean, at this point, I have no faith in them ever crowning Bron Breakker.
No. This is for Oba. This is for Oba. Yeah, for Oba. Would you rather Oba lose?
Count out to Dom. Yeah.
Okay.
Count out to Dom.
All right.
Even though I think if he makes it to the finals and he faces Seth, they'll just do Braun beats him up and he pins Oba in the finals.
Seth pins Oba in the finals?
Yeah.
But because Brock attacks him?
Because Brock attacks him. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's possible, but like. I mean, I guess I understand why Brock's going after Oba, but it also feels like Brock should go after Seth. Ooh. I got it, SP3. You ready? This is classic booking right here. Seth and Oba in the finals, right? Referee gets knocked down and everything. Here comes Brock. Brock takes out Oba. He's beating his ass with a chair, bunch of F5s and everything. And then Seth, who's down and out because Oba has taken him out, Seth gets up and Seth's looking around like, what's going on? And Brock, he shakes his hand, but then he pulls him in and he hits an F5 on Seth on top of Oba. And then the ref comes through and counts the pinfall. And that is how Seth wins. So who gets over in this scenario? Brock Lesnar, of course, because that's who you got to get over in this whole thing.
Brock Lesnar is the big guy to get over here. So
that's what I'm going with.
I love that we're trying to like go through these hoops and everything to explain the booking.
Yes. You can't just do like, a guy wins clean and that be that.
And has WWE figured out what's happening on the right-hand side of the bracket? Because I was so confused.
Yeah, they put out that. Yeah, they put out that graphic on social, or not on their website, that had Ricky and Tala gone for Drew and Sami Zayn, and then on the show it was just the normal bracket, and then they fixed it back on the website. So I don't know if something screwy is going to happen on SmackDown to where Drew and Sami get into this tournament and they spoiled it, or now maybe that they spoiled it, they're like, well, shit, we can't do this anymore. We have to do this. So the WWE team, the website team, and like the actual booking team is it's two different entities, really.
Yeah, there's just a lack of communication going on in the company right now. Like it doesn't feel like this very organized company that it once was.
Yeah,
and literally I'm talking about like a 2-year period. Like 2023 and 2024, because before that, when Vince was in charge, it was never organized either. So like it just went right back to the norm, like since like 2025, it seems.
I don't know what happened with the bracket though, but it wasn't misinformation. It was just WWE screwed up, and then we as reporters or article writers wrote what we saw. But yeah, it wasn't like misinformation out there. It was blame the WWE website for friggin' posting the wrong graphic and making it seem like there was replacements when there wasn't, at least not yet. It's gonna be very funny on SmackDown when Sami like weasels his way into it and Ricky gets taken out and Drew takes out Tala Tonga or somebody else and he gets into the match as well, and it's like, oh, I guess that bracket was correct.
No, we're just gonna see like a backstage segment where Solo's talking to Drew McIntyre, and we see him like money is exchanged in the background while somebody's walking to the ring, and then all of a sudden it's like breaking news. Joe Tissa is like, breaking news: Drew McIntyre is back, and he's taking Tala Tonga's spot in the King of the Ring tournament.
People are like, oh well, how can this happen? Like it was obviously a mistake, and like. Whatever. They put Finn in blue, indicating he was on SmackDown, and then on Raw, they're like, yeah, Finn's just been traded to SmackDown.
Finn's on SmackDown now. I was like, I saw that immediately. That was the thing that stood out on the King of the Ring tournament bracket. I was like, so Finn's on SmackDown now?
Yeah.
I was like, that's a weird way to let us know that.
Right. So I can fully buy that the website team just put up this like, hey, we got sent the new bracket, Don't put this up yet, but get ready to put this up. And the website team was like, oh, my bad. Uploaded, clicked the wrong thing. And
they literally uploaded it when Raw began. Like, they thought that Raw was going to, like, make the announcement up front. Like, they were going to be like, oh, there's been a change.
Yeah. That's what I thought, too. And it's like, no, they use, like, they don't know out here. They make it up as they go. So, yeah, Raw got future considerations for Finn Balor. Though, at some point, like 6 months down the line, Raw will end up with like Royce Keys or Ricky or somebody and be like, this was part of the Finn Balor trade from 6 months ago. It's like, yeah, sure, whatever. So, if you say
Solo and the Tongans are gonna go to Raw to do their bloodline story.
We know this brand split thing doesn't matter. Like,
exactly, it hasn't mattered in years.
Yeah. They didn't even do a draft last year. It matters so little. They're like, Even though the draft is always like one of our highest rated episodes, like we ain't even gonna bother with this thing. I do think they'll do a draft this year. I have no idea when.
I don't think they are.
Yeah, I think the only reason I say they are, and if it happens, it could be in September. The only reason I say they are is because of the ESPN tie-in. And I think they want to like make it seem like it's a big deal, even though everyone knows it's not a big deal. They want to make it seem like it's a big deal, and you get Cody on ESPN talking about like, oh, this is where things really shake things up, and you never know who's gonna come over to this side. Like, we could get new competition. Could you imagine if Roman Reigns gets drafted over to SmackDown now instead of Raw? Like, oh man, that's gonna be so great. And Seth over there talking about the same shit. Like, that's the only reason I could see it happen is they get all these people on ESPN talking about the draft like it's some big deal, and they pay like Stephen A. Smith of like, hey, please pretend to like know what you're talking about here. Please say like, oh, Bafemi going to SmackDown would be like a huge move. And Stephen's like, all right, sure. What's the all right? Add another zero to that. All right, yeah. We're oh, Bafemi SmackDown. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? Skip.
He doesn't even like Obafemi.
Well,
he likes Trick. He likes Trick.
He gets that extra zero. He'll like whoever you want him to like. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Oh man, this company is so disorganized. Like, it's funny. It's funny to me. It's just funny to me at this point. What else happened on Raw? The Queen of the Ring tournament started, and of course, Julia, being from Italy and only performing on Monday Night Raw instead of Clash in Italy, she loses in the four.
Yeah.
Even though this is probably the biggest reaction that she's ever gotten, she loses. Io Sky wins. That was very predictable. Thought it was a solid matchup, but it was just I know it annoyed so many people that Julia lost in this, had to be pinned in this four-way.
It seemed obvious she was gonna get pinned in this four-way. Like, they like Lash. They weren't gonna like beat Lash.
They're doing a story with Roxanne.
Yeah, they're doing a story with Roxanne. I think she could have taken a loss. It would have been fine. I feel like Roxanne loses every week at this point. But yeah, Julia, like they don't book it based on like who is like what the hometown is or the home country or anything. You have to imagine that every show is just taking place at the Performance Center. And when it comes to like wins and losses. And like, oh yeah, Julia, of course, gets a big reaction. Italy got a big reaction. Clash in Italy. And so they decided to capitalize on that by putting her on Raw. But they don't care to actually book her to like win or not lose. It's like, well, if this was taking place at the Performance Center, she wouldn't have gotten a great reaction. Probably still would have been good, but she was going to lose. So who cares what the reaction is here? They don't actually care about the reactions out there. Otherwise, LA Knight would be champion by now. Instead, he's got to run around pretending he cares about this bloodline stuff.
Once again, in backstage segment where he just sounds like a whitey little bitch saying, "Oh, you siding with the bloodline? You are one of them. Look at that."
That was actually funny.
The one I did laugh.
He's like, "Why are you on your feet? Oh, look at that! You got
look at that."
I actually think like LA Knight's like good in these segments. He's just gonna get his ass beat by Roman, and so it's like, oh, you poor dude.
It really sounds like they just like they don't give him a script for these segments. They just feel like, you're upset about this, go.
Yeah. He just goes out there. I did love Adam Pearce. LA Knight's, why are you talking about Roman? Why are you talking to him about this stuff? And Adam Pearce like, well, he's the champion, and you don't know shit about titles, so that is why I don't talk to you about this stuff.
He did curve him, yo. He curved him up, yo. He was like, hey, you would know something about that, but you don't. So no, I'm not talking to you. I was just talking to another champion. You're not one of them.
I was like, damn, I like you, LA Knight, but Adam Pearce kind of played your ass right there. He kind of got you.
Pierce was curving people left and right. Backseat action. Oh, well, I'm not in the Queen of the Ring tournament.
Oh my gosh.
Spots is very limited for that. I was like, he said spots are limited. You have the WWE Women's World Champion. You spots are so limited because you put the world champion, a title on the line in the tournament. You put her in the tournament, but you can't put Maxine.
In kayfabe, like, Maxine has an argument because she's won a singles title. You know, she's held a singles title more recently than half the women in this tournament. I mean, maybe even like a quarter of the women in this tournament. And it doesn't matter. Like, what have you done lately? Like, yeah, that's great. You got that reign in January that no one cared about, but like, I'm pretty sure you've lost every match since then. Poor Maxine, and she's got to do segments with Austin Theory every week and pretend like that's supposed to go somewhere and be anything decent. It's like, oh, you're gonna add Maxine to the Vision? Okay. Great.
That's a net positive, I guess.
Yeah. I am very curious though. I'm very curious what like badass heel Maxine Dupree looks like.
It would be when she was a badass baby face getting trained by Natty, and then came back with a black singlet, and it was ankle lock.
It's gonna be so bad. It's going to be so bad. I can't buy Maxine. I can't see it. Maybe she surprises me. You know, maybe it's there somewhere in her to make this happen. Based on like what we've seen from Maxine so far, I can't see it. And Jose saying it looks like a bad watered down Natty. Even Natty, I sometimes have trouble believing of like this ain't you.
Believing her, yeah.
Yeah. It's been so long since she's just been like Natty Natalya in WWE that when she tries to be like a badass, I'm like, I don't know about this. Mm-hmm. But I'll give Natty credit in that like she super commits to it. She's willing to go elsewhere with it, and it doesn't like work in WWE because she's not really given an opportunity.
But it works outside of WWE. So
yeah, Maxine, I can't see it. I just really can't. Yeah, Blake Monroe, Jordan Grace not even being in the tournament.
I'm not surprised, man.
Spots are limited, folks. What do you want?
The booking of Jordan Grace since she got signed.
Oh, they don't.
WWE has been poor.
Yeah,
it's been poor.
They don't care about Jordan Grace.
They sold her on a bill of goods with the way they debuted her when she was TNA Knockouts World Champion, and they just haven't even tried to get her close to that level.
And Leon Slater's looking at this the same thing of like, oh, this is really nice when I was X Division shit. What's Jordan do? What's Joe Hendry doing? This?
Like, I think I have options.
Yeah,
I think I have options where I will see whoever wants to pay me more. Or you're paying me a developmental deal. Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna go to Tony. So
yeah. Leon Slater is at least smartly and weighing things out over here. He sees what they love you in WWE when it doesn't look like they can have you, or or when they want you. But then when they have you, it's like, oh well, we have you, so who cares at this point? It's not that big of a deal that we actually have you. Like you're valuable to us when we want you. Now that we have you, it's like, Like people talk about Tony and the shiny toy syndrome and everything, and like WWE, it's just as bad. Honestly, yeah. It's like, oh, I got this. I really want this new toy. I really want it. Oh, I got it. Okay, well, into the bin with everybody else you go. What's the next new toy that I can have? Or what's the toy that I've had for 20 years and I'm gonna keep playing with that thing because that's brought me so much joy over the years.
Woody.
Yeah,
I'll keep playing with Woody and Buzz.
Yeah. Anything else happening on Raw?
Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee had a really fun matchup against Ethan Page and Rusev. That was good.
Ray got a huge response from that Italy crowd, so that was fun to see. And Ray still being good is just awesome to see. Him, even though he's a AAA general manager and a bad general manager at that, I think that it's good. It's good that he still can work in the ring. And it felt like Ray. It felt like AEW and Lucha Underground had a working agreement with Rusev being in there with Ethan Page against Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio.
Now we'll get Ray and Penta, I guess, next week. So okay.
I don't know. I don't know if they doing that at Night of Champions or if they even tried to like prolong it even longer until like Triple Mania.
See, I thought it was going to be in AAA as well. Like,
yeah,
I didn't think they were going to add it to Noche de los Grandes like that late. No. But yeah, I thought they might add it to a AAA show. So
I could see them. Aren't they doing like a PLE for them in July ahead of Triple Mania? I think there was a report about that recently.
Vernos Day something.
Yeah.
I think that is in July. So maybe. Yeah. Verno Day Escalando. Sorry if I screwed that.
Honestly, I'm with King of the North. Why wouldn't you do that at Triple Mania? Especially you're doing 2-night Triple Mania. What's a bigger back-to-back like main events for those two shows than doing El Grande Americano versus Dominic Mysterio for the Mexican show, and then for the US show for Las Vegas, Penta versus Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship?
I agree with you. I don't think that can be the first match, though. I don't think they can delay that all the way until.
Oh yeah. Maybe they do like another match before that because he's already number one contender or
exactly.
Shot, so
although it'd be,
and then it ends in no contest, and you have Ethan and Rusev interfere, and that sets up the 4-way they were setting up before.
Yeah, and then you can run that back as a singles match for Triple Mania. But yeah, because he's already won the number one contendership, it was like, well, you don't get your title shot until September, but you keep wrestling and doing all these things. Although it'd be very hilarious if Ray is just like, I don't want it until September, but I'm still number one contender, so nobody else gets it either. And Ethan Page and Rusev are like, what the fuck? Like, what are we supposed to do then? Ray just being an asshole holding this title shot until September.
Holding it hostage. That's ridiculous.
Like, Penta can't lose the title. I want to face Penta, not anybody else for this championship. That would be very funny. If Ray's like, I'm the general manager of AAA. What are you going to do? I got more power
what you going to do about it?
Yeah. I got more power than you bitches out here. All right. Did anything else happen on Raw? I have no recollection of this show. I mean, it happened.
Judgment Day got into it with their whole backstage segment.
Over all of this.
Judgment Day, man, they have jumped the shark like 4 different times.
Yeah.
This is like the lowest that they've been on the totem pole, and the fact that they have Liv Morgan in the Queen of the Ring tournament.
They don't know what to do with her.
It's the ultimate of minutes, though. You shouldn't admit that in your booking to the audience that you have nothing for her, so she's in the Queen of the Ring tournament. This is not the G1. This is not the Best of Super Juniors where the champion is going to be in the tournament. This is not a round robin tournament in general where I think it's acceptable when a champion is. It's a single elimination tournament for a shot at the Women's World Championship or WWE Women's Championship. And then the prospect of Liv winning and getting a shot at Rhea Ripley to run that match back through 2 years after it had the expire date is ridiculous.
Well, Roxanne can't win Queen of the Ring because sorry, Grace. Yeah, I said yesterday.
I think Roxanne's winning Money in the Bank.
Okay. I think Raquel's winning Queen of the Ring, and they're gonna do Raquel and Liv at SummerSlam.
My pick is JC Jane.
That's fair. I've seen a lot of people pick JC Jane. I understand the reason for JC Jane. You run Rhea and JC at SummerSlam. That feels like they're actually trying to make somebody, and I don't give them that much credit to do that.
Also fair. I can't deny you on that. You might be onto something there.
Yeah, Liv being in this tournament is so stupid, so stupid, and I know they're waiting on Vecker to be healthy and stuff, but like you don't have a plan B. You have nothing else to where, oh, all right, Stephanie's hurt. What can we do with Liv in the meantime? Well, how about we ever work a program? No. Just put her into the Queen of the Ring tournaments. And maybe EO. They love EO. So I'm never surprised when like EO wins anything. It's like, yeah, it's EO. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I've seen people say they think EO's gonna win and challenge Rhea for the championship, but I was always under the understanding that the winner of the Queen of the Ring and King of the Ring get a shot at their brand's championship.
Yeah, they haven't made that super clear this year.
No.
So that's why I think
because Liv
because Liv's in it. So. Bro, Liv should win this tournament and be like, I ain't wrestling at this show. I'm taking the night off. Get out of here. I'm gonna sit here and watch all you other idiots beat each other up, and I'll enjoy my popcorn in Minnesota. Or she just retired the title. Like, I've beaten everybody. I'm the Queen of the Ring. I've won all the titles. I've won the Queen champ.
Everybody's scared of me.
Yeah, everybody's scared. What's a stupid Crown Jewel championship? She won that thing. Like, I've done it all. I'm done. I'm gonna go be a pop star now. She does a live performance of Trouble at SummerSlam, and that's her like championship celebration for winning Queen of the Ring instead of having a match. I know it'll pop you, SP3, if she did that.
Yeah, but it's not looking good. I mean, I just want her to do her live performance. I was so happy to watch the post show to WWE Clash in Italy because it's been a few weeks since I heard trouble, that's me. Cherry lips and bad energy. Say it once, say it twice, and I'll do it to you all night. I'll be your bad advice.
Do you think Triple H hates that song and that's why he won't book her? He's like, I'm not listening to this shit with her coming during her entrance. This is not a Def Rebel exclusive. I couldn't do my little backstage video of, now you hit this dance move here, and then we're going to have smoke come up behind you. This is what we do. He couldn't do any of that shit. So he's like, nope, we ain't doing this. You're never getting an entrance again.
He's like, you go like this when you hit the line and you're like, trouble, that's me. Cherry lips and bad energy. Say it once, say it twice, and I'll give it to you all night. I'll be your your bad advice, and then you go, bleh.
This is the theory. This is the hypothesis that I'm perpetuating out here, is that Triple H hates the song Trouble because, one, he doesn't like the song. Two, he had no input in the entrance, and that is why he refuses to book Liv Morgan.
Oh, man. But, man, Liv Morgan, what happened? She's gotten worse on the mic. Like, oh my god, that promo on the
it was so bad.
I was like, oh my god, her voice, she has gotten to Vicky Guerrero levels.
Ever since Royal Rumble, when she won Royal Rumble, it's been, I'm just gonna elongate my words and just yell really loudly. And like Soul did that a little last night too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh.
I was like, dude, you're a baby face. You're not supposed to sound that bad.
Yeah, like none of it was good. Liv is, I don't think Liv was like ever super great.
I'm not saying she was very good or great before, but she was tolerable. It's not even tolerable at this point.
Well, she's a heel and she's supposed to get you to dislike her, SP3. You know, that's the reasoning behind it. That's what everyone wants to say when it comes to this stuff. But yeah, since Rumble, when she started doing the greatest Royal Rumble winner of all time, I was like, oh my god, no, you're blowing my ears out with this stuff, and it's just continued since then because she's continued to win since then. Yeah, they gotta stop. They gotta stop that yelly, elongating promo when it comes to that stuff. That was Raw, I think.
Yeah, we did. We mentioned the Sol Ruka. That was the only other thing that we missed on.
Yeah.
And then they had a backstage segment with Sol, Lyra, and Bailey, where Lyra suggested a title match, and Bailey got upset.
Sure. Yeah, Lyra's like, I could challenge for this title again. And Sol was like, okay, sure, no problem.
And El Grande Americano got a big pop during the ad break.
No one saw it.
To me in the UK, because they cut out the ads this week.
Yeah.
There was no ads for us UK international viewers. So
that's good.
Yeah, it got El Grande came out to a big pop. I really thought, I was like, after they did the whole recap of Chad Gable in the post match, I was like, okay, this is the spot where they're gonna have Chad Gable on the show. Nope.
No. Come on now.
Nope.
I don't have any faith they're doing anything with Chad Gable. He just signed a new deal, right? It was a couple years ago.
Yeah, he re-signed in 2024.
Yeah.
Hopefully it was only a 3-year deal. Because if he signed a 5-year deal, oh, dude, why you do that?
They would have injury time too. They could tack on injury time though.
Oh man, he's with this company till 2028.
Yeah, he might be there for a little while.
And he's in his 40s. He's in, what is he, like in his 40s? He needs to say out loud that he's in his 40s to Triple H. Then maybe he'll push him.
Gable is 40. Yeah.
He needs to vocalize that. Maybe Triple H would push him.
I mean, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Jeff Jarrett said that he should make plans to leave Double J he should make plans to leave Double J. Jeff Jarrett said he should make plans to leave like WWE and everything, and like, yeah, I don't disagree with him honestly, but he's there for a while. By the time he can leave, I don't know where he'll be at his in his life and his contract. To Gable, and it's a secure job, as secure as it can be. He's seemingly getting paid good money. His family's taken care of. He seems happy with everything. So I can't like knock him for re-signing and with all of that. But
he mainly re-signed because he was getting a lot of TV time at the time.
Yeah, it looked like he was gonna beat Gunther and get the title and everything, and then he didn't. So he's just not going to. They don't see him like that. They just don't. I mean, their big idea for him, and it worked for a little while, was, hey, let's have you play this fake luchador. That's what they thought of him. Is like, you will be great as this fake luchador.
You'll do. I know you'll make this work.
Yeah,
you'll make this work for sure.
I got a WrestleMania match out of it. Yeah,
he got a WrestleMania match last year. He's been prominently featured in their secondary promotion. It sold out the house in Monterey on Saturday. Had one of the greatest moments of his career, and he got to do it with his family by his side. But like, that might be the peak for this run in WWE.
Hey, look, I hope that they find something for him. I mean, they should. It shouldn't be that difficult. It should be, at the very least, put him in the Intercontinental title picture. Like,
but it's just insane to me because like 12. I have seen Chad Gable's entire pro wrestling career. I remember the original vignettes that he had on NXT when he was interacting with Jason Jordan before they created American Alpha, and I literally said from those original vignettes, I was like, "Oh, this is the new Kurt Angle. This is the new Kurt Angle. He's got the charisma. He's got the charisma of Kurt Angle. He's an Olympian." And then when I saw him in the ring, I was like, oh my God, he's probably more athletic than Kurt Angle, than even Kurt Angle was. And they have just never seen that in him because I think he's like a few inches shorter than Angle.
the fact like that people early on like didn't get Gable's charisma always baffled me, because that was the knock on him. It's like, oh well, he's a great wrestler, but he really doesn't have the charisma. I was like, are we watching the same person when it comes to charisma? Like, because if you can't see that he has actual charisma, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it feels like you're just blinded because he is short, and so you don't want it to be like he has charisma. It's kind of the same thing. Like, I think people misperceive, I'm probably using the word wrong, but misconstrue that like great microphone skills equal great charisma, when that's not the case at all. Like, you can have great charisma just doing, because like Danielson is charismatic, but people are like, oh, this guy has no charisma because like his mic skills weren't the best. It's like, I don't know, man. That dude controls the crowd and is great in like the little segments you want him to be great in. He seems pretty charismatic to me. Same thing with Gable.
I was going to say someone that is closely connected to Bryan Danielson. Check out Shawn Michaels in his first run in WWE. He was never that best microphone guy, but his charisma was undeniable. Like, he was the guy that I first heard of the word charisma about, and he was never that good on the mic in his first run with WWE. He got better as he got older on the mic, similar to Bryan Danielson, but Shawn Michaels is the guy that I first heard about charisma about, and I never found his promos to be the best in the company.
I will always remember the up, down, down stuff when it was Breeze and Woods, and they did like the My GM mode. They did SmackDown vs. Raw and everything, and they used like the updated rosters because they had like a mod and everything, and they built their shows, and then like they would get the actual wrestler to like cut promos like ahead of the matches and stuff, and they had Gable in like a big spot. And they had Gable cut this promo, and he's just in like his home gym, and he does this like amazing promo for this match that he has no like actual investment in. It's a video game match that I don't remember who he was facing at this point, but he just cuts this promo on the opponent for a game that Woods and Breeze are playing, and it's so good. And I'm like, oh, how are they missing out on this dude? And this was pandemic times. This was 6 years ago at this point. I'm like, how are they missing out on this dude? He is so good, and just a little like home gym promo for a video game match that he has nothing to do with. Imagine if you actually like give him something. And then they gave him stuff throughout the years, and you know, he did good with it, but all of it was dead on arrival kind of stuff for the most part. And then he killed the Americano stuff, and now he's unmasked, and they'll probably do nothing.
Even before that, like Alpha Academy would probably never. They killed it when they turned heel in 2022. He was doing some great in-ring stuff. Their whole rivalry with Rated RK Bro, like that was really good. Like, yeah, Gable has always kind of over delivered in small spots, and I just want him to get something bigger than what he's gotten already.
He got Otis super over as the sympathetic babyface with the way he was bullying him and shit. And then, of course, they did nothing to like actually capitalize on that. But he's so good in like every single role you give him, from serious stuff to comedy stuff. And unfortunately, they just don't care. They're just like, sure. We appreciate you.
He's too short. He's 5'10". He's 5'10". Sorry. No.
Anything else we need to get to SP3? I will have worst matches on Thursday. Worst matches of the month. I will have those on Thursday. Let me tell you a lot of AEW stuff this month. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff from Double or Nothing. Gotta say. That was one of the worst pay-per-views of all time.
This guy over here, man. Can't take this guy seriously, man. What are we doing? Nah,
there was some bad stuff on that show. There was some terrible
stuff. Okay. On the pre-show, baby.
Now the pre-show was good.
Marshall falling off the top rope, baby.
Big boom. I mean, he slipped on some Vita Coco water, man. They sprayed that damn turnbuckle with the Vita Coco out there. No, the pre-show was good.
Almost broke his leg. That's crazy.
I didn't mind anything on the pre-show. That Bandito and Swerve match though, way too much contrived spots.
I love when this guy tries to talk smart. Contrived. Way too contrived.
Why are you just letting him stand on your shoulders, dude? Just shove him off. Oh, let me stand here and hold you. Oh, you kicked me in the head. Oh no. Just shove him down, dude. What's wrong with you?
Oh man, did y'all talk about Jim Cornette getting mentioned on Collision this week?
No. Yeah, they did the tribute to Dennis Condrey, and they mentioned Jim Cornette, which, I mean, Cornette as like a historian is always great.
Yeah.
Like, I will always say, just give me your stories about what you've done in pro wrestling and stuff. I do not care about your opinion on modern day pro wrestling, current, especially Cornette, who's not even in the business really anymore. But if you're going to tell me like old tales of like Smoky Mountain and, you know, your time in WWE and everything, like I'll listen to that shit all day long.
Yeah. I would love, like, he's one person that, I've agreed with him probably like zero about modern wrestling, but he's one of the more like people that I would be like, oh, I would love to do an interview with Jim Cornette. I'd love to ask him about, like, I grew up on Jim Cornette. Like, that was one of the first like managers that really kind of resonated with me as a kid from his stuff in WWE. And then as I got older, I watched some like 80s stuff with the Midnight Express. So yeah, I would love to talk to Jim Cornette. And it was nice that it was, they called him out not just for, you know, managing Dennis Condrey, but he actually provided them with photos for the tribute to Dennis Condrey. So it shows that, I was like, I even called it out on the post show. I was just like, kind of saying that what he's doing online is kind of kayfabe, huh? Kind of kayfabe. He's not the only wrestling personality that's doing kayfabe stuff when it comes to online personas. I know that sounds stupid, but you know, I'm just saying.
A little bit of breaking news. Grand Slam Mexico will take place at Arena Mexico on Wednesday, August 5th. So there you go, folks. Grand Slam Mexico is back Wednesday, August 5th.
So the road to All In.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, there you go. Some breaking news there. All right, SP3. That everything for today?
I think that's it. That's it. We talked about TV shows. We talked about wrestling. The Best of Super Juniors is winding down. We only got 3 more shows. We got tomorrow, I think, is the end of the blocked play, and then we got Friday is the semifinals, and then Sunday is going to be the finals. My boy Kosei Fujita is still in it. Going to be going back to back. Can't wait for him to go back to back. Looking forward to that. So yeah, we'll talk more about that on Thursdays.
MCAS, go back to the beginning of the show. We already talked basketball. Yeah. SP3 is Knicks in 6 because he's trying to jinx them, and I have Spurs in 5 because I'm a realist. Oh, there you go. All right. What was your moment of Monday, SP3?
My moment of Monday had to be Obafemi's entrance on Raw. Him just plastering through everybody and then still hitting his pose. Doom, doom, doom. That was awesome. It was awesome.
My moment of Monday was the Tribal Chief forcing Jacob Fatu to bend the knee and acknowledge him and getting the bloodline even stronger. With the Usos and Jacob Fatu now. The Tribal Chief runs this shit. Remember who runs this shit. QB1, fuck that noise. All about the Tribal Chief.
You look like the Undertaker doing the pose to the herd. And it was to the Ulafala.
Jacob Fatu is supposed to be like such a badass and everything. And just watching him just like, I love you, Roman. I praise you, Roman. I acknowledge you, Roman. Rules so much. So great. So great.
And Me and JJ literally did a segment where we were like, "Don't feed him, don't build him up, have him destroy the bloodline, only to just do the fiend stuff and just diminish all of that within weeks." And that's exactly what they did. They fiend Jacob Fatu.
So funny. It's so funny. Roman's holding that title forever, and I can't wait for it. Results of our poll question: who would you invest in? We have 4% for Jacob Fatu and Bron Breakker, 22% for Trick Williams, and 70% for Oba Femi. Well, that's fair. I figured Oba would get pretty high there. They should have like Jay and both the Usos and Jacob just like delivering food to Roman and like feeding it to him and everything.
Feeding him grapes and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. What did we accomplish today, SP3?
We accomplished a lot. We talked about the NBA Finals. We talked about numerous different TV shows, Perfect Match, Off Campus, Atlanta, one of the greatest comedies of all time. We talked about Monday Night Raw. We talked about the political masterclass that Roman Reigns is putting on easy to find, hard to beat Cody Rhodes. And we talked about, Raw and everything in between, the weekend, and we talked about some Best of Super Juniors as well. We talked about it all. When it comes to wrestling, nobody does it on weekdays like In the Weeds.
The biggest thing we accomplished today is QB1. Fuck that noise. It's all about the tribal chief. That's what it's all about.
Easy to find, hard to get over.
I got balloons, even though I didn't do 2. I guess they thought this finger was a 2, so it gave me balloons.
Well, they're the 2s, and we the 1s.
Have fun, Money Mark. Have fun with the Stanley Cup final and enjoy it. I am pulling for the Hurricanes. I will say that much, since that was my home team growing up in North Carolina. I will be pulling for Carolina. So enjoy that. Folks, we shall be back tomorrow, but until then, SP3, let everybody know where they can find you at.
Find me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. I will be live at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time for Rated Raw Review. Top Guy JJ will be back. We'll be talking about Monday Night Raw last night. We'll talk about we'll talk more about the NBA because he's another Thunder fan, and I'm sure he'll want to say something about it. But yeah, we're gonna have a good time. Rated Raw Review on Thursday. I'll be back here. Got AE Ramble, and also probably on the True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment YouTube channel this week. I'll have my Euphoria Season 3 Episode 8 review. We'll be live on Friday with that, with me and Miss Chrissy Love. So got some stuff on the ledger on the wrestling channel and on Sports and Entertainment, and of course right here, and then Saturday on the Collision post show with Cresta and Iridian, 2 of my favorite people to do shows with. They actually got me in trouble because I was laughing so much on Saturday. I was laughing at room volume. Yeah,
you can't be doing that. Yep. I always love your late shows because you gotta go sultry. SP3 pops me so much. All right, folks. Myself and Joel will be back tomorrow. I guess we're gonna talk about NXT or something. Sure. Yeah, there's a title match tonight. I know that much.
Tony D versus Cam Hendricks. I love when he does that. LFG C-suite alum.
I mean, NXT is the C-suite at this point.
Absolutely. Y'all need to have me on Wednesday just to do the C-suite for NXT.
We'll be back tomorrow, everybody. Appreciate everyone. Everybody take care. Talk to y'all later on.